Hi everyone, myself Atul Kumar Srivastav. The today's topic is carbocation as reaction intermediate. Before going into the details of the carbocations, first we try to understand what is reaction intermediate. The species which are formed as intermediate during the progress of organic reactions are called reaction intermediates. We know that in the organic reactions, the molecule of the reactant undergo bond fission either homolytically or heterolytically to produce an intermediate which finally converts into the product. If the bond fission take place homolytically, then the free radicals are generated, and if the bond fission take place heterolytically, then either carbocations or carbanions are generated as reaction intermediate. The important reaction intermediate which are formed in the organic reactions are carbocations, carbanions, carbenes, nitrines, free radicals, and the arynes, which is also called benzynes. Let's come to the introduction of the carbocation. The question is, what is carbocation? The answer is very simple. Any organic ion in which there is a presence of positive charge on the carbon atom is known as carbocation. For example, methyl carbocation, in which the positive charge is present on the carbon atom. Since the carbocations are generally unstable because they do not have 8 electrons to satisfy the octet rule, they are the electron deficient species. Therefore, the carbocations are of electrophilic in nature and act as Lewis acid. Two terms, carbanium and carbonium ions, are often used. The carbanium ion is a carbocation of the trivalent type, whereas the carbonium ion is a carbocation of pentavalent type, that is non-classical type. One of the example is shown in this slide is a methanium ion. Carbonium ion appears as non-classical carbocations. Now at present, the more precisely word is used are carbocations. Now, nomenclature of the carbocation. Generally, the carbocations are named by suffixing the word cation. In this slide, there are 4 examples in which the number of carbon atoms differs. The first one is the methyl carbocation, in which there is presence of one carbon atom. The second one is ethyl carbocation having two carbon atom. Third one is the isopropyl carbocation having three carbon atom, and the positive charge is present on the second carbon atom. And the last one is tertiary butyl carbocation having four carbon atom. Now the classification of the carbocation. The carbocations may be classified into primary, secondary and tertiary depending upon the nature of the carbon atom bearing positive charge. Suppose if no carbon atom is attached to the positively charged carbon atom, then it is simply called methyl carbocation. If one carbon atom is attached to the positively charged carbon atom, then it is called primary carbocation. The example is ethyl carbocation. If the two carbon atom is attached to the positively charged carbon atom, then it is called secondary carbocation. Example is isopropyl carbocation. And if the three carbon atom is attached to the positively charged carbon atom, then it is called tertiary carbocation. The example is tertiary butyl carbocation. Now, the structure of the carbocation. The structure of the carbocation is given in this slide. It has trigonal planar geometry having the bond angle 120 degree. Since the carbon atom of the carbocation is sp2 hybridized. The three of the sp2 hybrid orbitals are involved in the formation of 3 sigma bond, whereas the unhybridized p orbitals remains vacant. Since the carbon atom is sp2 hybridized, therefore the carbocations have trigonal planar geometry with the bond angle of 120 degree. In this slide, we just talk about the generation of the carbocations. We all know that the carbocations are generated by heterolytic bond fission of the covalent bond. In this formation of the carbocation, the covalent bond may be cleaved heterolytically, in which the carbon atom loses its electron to become positively charged. The carbocations can be found in many organic reaction mechanisms. The most carbocations are formed by one of the following two basic mechanism steps. The first step is ionization of the carbon leaving group, and the second one is the electrophilic addition to a pi bond. The first one is heterolytic bond cleavage, in which the ionization of the alkyl halide. Since the carbon atom which is directly bonded to the halogen atom undergo heterolytic bond fission, in which the carbon atom loses its electron to produce a carbocation. In the second, there is a deamination of amine by the nitrous acid. If any amine which on react with the nitrous acid, first it will form azide ion which undergo bond fission to produce carbocation and the nitrogen gas eliminated. The second one is the protonation. The protonation may take place of alkene or by alcohol. If the protonation of alkene take place, then the carbocations are formed, and if the protonation of alcohol take place, then first oxonium ion is formed which undergo dehydration to produce carbocation. In this slide, there is addition of carbocation on the alkene. The addition of the carbocation on the alkene also produce another carbocation. And the second, by the addition of the cation or the proton to a neutral molecule. In the second step, the proton add on the carbonyl group or the alkene also produce carbocation. Now, the stability of the carbocations. The stability of the carbocations depends on few factors. We all know that any structural feature which disperse the positive charge of the carbon atom will increase its stability. Some important factors are given. The first one is the inductive effect, the second one is the hyperconjugation, the third one is the resonance, and the fourth one is the aromatization. We first take inductive effect. If the plus I effect group, we know that the plus I effect group is electron releasing group. If it is directly attached to the carbocationic carbon, then it will stabilize the carbocations because they increases the electron density on the cationic carbon. On the other hand, if the minus I effect group is directly attached to the cationic carbocation, then it will destabilize the carbocation because they decreases the electron density on the cationic carbon. Now the second one is the hyperconjugation. Here the order of stability of the methyl, ethyl, isopropyl and tertiary butyl carbocations are given. We all know that increasing the number of alkyl substituent increases the stability of the carbocation. This is due to the orbital overlap between the sigma bond and the empty p orbital on the sp2 carbon atom. In hyperconjugation, we all know that there is a delocalization of the sigma bond. If the sigma bond delocalizes due to the conjugation with the cationic carbon, then it is called hyperconjugation. We know that as the number of hyperconjugative structure increases, the stability of the carbocation also increases. Here in this trend, the tertiary butyl carbocation having 9 alpha hydrogen atom, so it has 9 hyperconjugative structure, will be the most stable one, and the methyl carbocation having no alpha hydrogen atom, so it will no hyperconjugative structure, so it will be the least stable carbocation. The third one is the resonance. Stabilization of carbocations can also occur through resonance effect. The unsaturated conjugated carbocations are stabilized by the resonance effect. The resonance effect always dominated over the inductive effect and the hyperconjugation. More the number of resonating structure, more will the stability of the carbocation. Because of this, the benzylic and allylic carbocations are more stable than the primary carbocation. Here in this slide, the benzyl carbocation having 4 resonating structure and the allyl carbocation having 2 resonating structure. That is why they are more stable than the carbocations which are saturated in the nature, because the saturated carbocations are stabilized by the hyperconjugation. Here in this slide, the stability of carbocations on the basis of the number of the resonating structure. Suppose if there are so many carbocations in which the number of resonating structures varies, then what factor we will, on which basis we will decide that the particular carbocation is most stable or the particular carbocation is the less stable? The answer is very simple. If the carbocation having the more number of resonating structure will always be more stable. In this example, the benzyl carbocation, the diphenyl methyl carbocation and the triphenyl methyl carbocation. In all these 3 carbocations, the triphenyl methyl carbocations are more stable because it will show more number of resonating structure as compared to diphenyl methyl carbocation, and the benzyl carbocation will be the least stable because it will show lesser number of resonating structure as compared to diphenyl methyl and the triphenyl methyl carbocation. Another factor is aromatization. If the cyclic conjugated carbocations which obey Haeckel's rule or becomes more stable due to attaining aromatic behavior. For example, the tropylium carbocation, that is also called cycloheptatrienyl cation, and the cyclopropenyl cations. These 2 carbocations are more stable than the benzyl carbocations because they acquire aromatic character because of the presence of the positive charge on the ring carbon atom. Since both are aromatic, obeying the Haeckel's rule of aromaticity, that is 4n plus 2 pi electrons, therefore these 2 such carbocations are more stable. And the last one is exceptional stability. In this topic, we will discuss about the exceptional stability of the cyclopropyl methyl carbocation. In cyclopropyl methyl carbocation, the sigma electrons cloud expand outwardly due to angle strain. Therefore, the valence electron cloud of Cs2 plus is surrounded by or enveloped by the expanded electron cloud, making carbocation stable. This is the structure of cyclopropyl methyl carbocation. It is very stable The stability of this carbocation can be explained on the basis is that in this carbocation the vacant p orbital of the cationic carbon overlaps with the bent p orbital of the cyclopropyl group. Because of this reason, it stabilizes the carbocation very much. Even it is more stable than the benzyl carbocation and the aromatic carbocations. Here is the order of stability of different carbocation. In this slide, you are just seeing that the first one is tricyclopropyl methyl carbocation, which is far stable than the dicyclopropyl methyl carbocation. It is more stable than the cyclopropyl methyl carbocation. It is stable than the tropylium carbocation, and the tropylium carbocation is more stable than the triphenyl methyl carbocation. Now the next slide is reactions of carbocation. We all know that the carbocations are electron deficient species, so they can easily take the electrons. Therefore, they are electrophilic in nature and act as Lewis acid. The carbocations may undergo four basic type of reactions. It may combine with the nucleophile. The carbocations may undergo elimination of the proton. The carbocations can add to the unsaturated system, and the carbocations undergo rearrangement. In this slide, the nucleophile combines with the carbocation. Since the nucleophile is electron rich species and the carbocations are electron deficient species, therefore the nucleophile can easily attack on the carbocation to form carbon nucleophile bond. In the second set of reaction, there is a elimination of the proton to produce alkene as a product. It is the example of even elimination, in which the adjacent carbon atom, the proton on the adjacent carbon atom of the carbocation undergo elimination to produce alkene as a product. In the third set of reaction, this is the rearrangement reaction. We all know that the rearrangement reaction is the reshuffling of atom, ion or molecule from one atom to the another atom within the same molecule or two different molecules of same kind to give new skeleton. In the rearrangement of the carbocations undergo rearrangement to produce most stable carbocation. Suppose if any reaction, the primary carbocations are formed, and if it will undergo rearrangement and produce secondary carbocation, then the rearrangement is possible. Therefore, we can say that the rearrangement is only possible in the carbocations when the carbocations attain extra stability. Otherwise, there is no rearrangement. This is the reference from which I have taken these some reactions and the pictures. At last but not least, thank you for being patient.